But now we're getting into our grand final. See, we have our fresh best of 5. We have our Terran versus Protoss. Let's go. And not the one that most expected. Again, coming into last series, I was still favoring Max Packs. I don't think many were expecting a 3-0, by the way, but now we have our fresh best of 5. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the American Protoss player. We have the red Protoss. It is Astrea. The one true max, the one true max. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamma time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our best of 5. I do see someone in the chat saying, predictions in this game, we always host predictions after the game begins. We typically don't do it before it begins, just because there might be some downtime or there might be, again, some delays. And again, we typically always have predictions, unless, I mean, there are times where we sometimes do forget. It can be difficult to keep up with predictions if we are streaming with a delay, but no delay here. Able to embrace. Let's go. I think a lot of the change from battery overcharge to energy overcharge is at least made it harder to be safe in PvP. Kind of. I say kind of because, again, like, I want to emphasize that Max, he is not just dying to all-ins, he's also dying to just being out-greeted and being out-macroed. Like, there's again, that was the whole reason why I was trying to bring up, like, different styles and different builds and how different players have been approaching Max and how it has become more common to go for the Max opener. Like, you say that now it's less safe. I mean, kind of, but like, if that was the case, then Max build would be less common. Now it's more common than ever. Like, now more Protoss players do embrace it. So there's a little bit more nuance to what is happening in PvP. I think it's important to bear that in mind. Because Max X's build has risen in popularity, not faltered in popularity. As we are getting to our Twilight Council opener. So Twilight Council opener out of Astrea. Meanwhile, back at home, we do have our initial double gas opener, faster factory, delayed CC, so a more tech-heavy start from Cure. So much more tech-heavy. With this, he's able to go for a much faster starport, tech lab on the way on the factory. So early factory, early starport, early tech lab, and this can lead into an early cyclone into cyclone drop. This can lead into a cyclone into add-on swap into Banshee play. This can lead into early tank production into tank drop. There's a lot available here to Cure. We'll see what he goes for. We shall see. Reaper does poke in. Reaper does poke in, does confirm the tech of choice, is aware of the blink. As the Reaper does get sniped. Behind this, how many gateways? So it is going to be blink, but we have 1 gate in the main, we have 2 more here at the natural, so 3-gate blink out of Astrea. Very safe play out of our Protoss player. Meanwhile, this is what we're waiting for. So it's going to be early cyclone drop as the medevac is on the way into fast tank production. No add-on swap. So tanks are building up as we speak. Here comes the initial drop play, and we'll see if Astrea can keep up. Again, he's got the gateways, he's got the army, but is he going to be in position? Here we go. As we do go for the drop into the main. I see someone asking about coaching. Clem doesn't coach Cure, but it is well known specifically for Team Liquid that they do a lot of boot camps. It is very common every season, at least once, where they do meet up at the Team Liquid team house. I'm referring to Alazer, Skillus, Clem, and Cure as well. And it is known based off of WTL interviews that Clem and Cure do practice together. Which is why there are some similarities when it comes to their TvP specifically, and even and used to be with their TvT as well. I say used to be because that's no longer the case. But I will agree. There was someone that said that just because you're teammates doesn't mean you're practice partners. That's true, but specifically for Team Liquid, like, they do practice together. And we only know that just because of interviews that they've had. So the Liquid boys, they do practice together. Oh. So from here, Astrea does try to dive in, but he's going to be punished. He's going to be denied. So Valkyrie does hold. Does hold. Not saying that just because they're on the same team means that they're the only practice partners that they have. That is not true. There are a lot of friend groups and friend circles that form their own, like, kind of like, again, practice partners where they, like, reach out, they ask for practice, they get it. Of course, that is the case. So there is that, like, social dynamic where, depending on who you're friends with, depending on who you're close with, like, will depend on who you're practicing with as well, or who is available to do customs and who is willing to do customs. For sure. Well, like, we know a lot of the ex-CJ players, for example, Bunny, Ragnarok, and Hero. Sorry, Bunny, Shin, and Hero, I should say. Was Ragnarok when he was on CJ. But they're all good friends, and they're still good friends, and they do practice together. Oh. Or they do customs whenever asked. So far. Oh, Prism does take down the Cyclone. Okay, nice knife there towards the end. The Prism gets saved just barely. I will say that the Blinkstalker aggression did fail. Like, Astrea didn't really achieve too much. Didn't really achieve too much here with his Blinkstalker counterattack, and that has allowed for this counterattack here from Cure. Remember, he was building up his tank count early, so early tank count leads into this 3-tank push. This is pre-stim. A stimless move out here from Cure, and his goal is to try to lay siege upon the third. Storm is done in 10 seconds. He needs a little bit more time. Medevac goes down. 2 more seconds. Storm is done. Storm is done. Grazes the army. We have 1 more storm left. We have massive connection. And with that, Astrea holds. Astrea, he shuts this down. Brutal storm here on the bio. Tanks are cleaned up, and Astrea will shut this down. Very nice defense. And again, Astrea, he saves the High Templar. 2 of them morph into the Archon, and the other survived. So very nice trade here. Very nice hold from Astrea. May have struggled with his Wing Stalkers, but he does shut down the push. Go. Likewise, Cure moving out towards the top side, towards the northern base. I think another example of practice partners, if you remember, Clem, he was a part of a team house last year, and when he went to Korea, and he was with Trigger and Astrea. Like, Clem, Trigger, and Astrea, they all practiced together. That was last year for EWC. Oh, that's a kill! Oh, that should not have happened. That should not have happened. That's a kill, not a cancel. Brutal pickup. Ay, ay, ay. But yes, Astrea, Trigger, Future, and Clem. Like, basically, Clem, he became NA last year, like pre-EWC. And hey, that's why he won. I mean, but they booked an Airbnb together in Korea, and they were all living together in a team house. That was like 1 month, maybe 2 months before EWC. And that culminated in Clem winning. Which is why, for those who don't know, Clem, he actually went back to Korea not too long ago. Before Dallas, he was in Korea. And he said that he's going to go back before EWC again. Or at least the plan is to go back. He was just waiting for StarCraft to wrap up. Just traveling for DreamHack and then StarCraft. Another. Cure, again, we've had a bit of a back and forth so far. Cure, his earlier push was completely shut down. At the same time, he's able to freely get his third base up and running. Cure is built up towards his now Bio Ghost army. We do have EMPs available, and all of this will come down to the EMPs. Oh, nice EMP! Already catching the first High Templar. Templar gets caught. There's 1 Templar left. Zell take him in from behind. Oh, another EMP. No storm. Okay, we got some flanking storms. Never mind. Some flanking storms coming in. Ooh, High Templar goes down. Army's out of position. The base is exposed. More storms coming in. Oh, does land 1. Juicy storm on the army. A Juicy Storm does connect. And we have more storms where that came from. Yeah, more storms coming in, and Astrea holds. Ooh, once again, a strong hold from Astrea. Shutting down the push, shutting down the aggression. Has to respect the Ghost though. Ooh, as Astrea does overextend. Astrea overextends, pulling back, building up, warping in. He still has plenty of storms left over as long as he avoids the EMPs. As long as he avoids. Oh my god. A storm mainly on Marauders. Not ideal. Another storm. Storms are being spent. Alas, we're still lacking warp-ins. Astrea, he's banking up 1,000 minerals. Where are the warp-ins? Where are the zealots? We need the charge, let's Bappy. Where are they? Not very nice storm. Oh my god, the storms! Jeez. He stands in the storms, Bappy. Oh, as the prism finally goes down. And that's PiGosaur with the Widow Mines. And again, Astrea, he was missing warp-ins there, but he does survive. It's still very tense. The EMPs, once again, they catch out a High Templar. EMPs are brutal. Another High Templar goes down. Likewise, another EMP. Another EMP popping off. Likewise, the base is under fire. It's still a very clutch hold. We're still missing warp-ins. We have 2,000 minerals. Astrea, how many gateways? Only 8. Despite that, I mean, that is hurting. Yeah, we have 4 more gates on the way, now getting up to 12. But again, Astrea, he needs those reinforcements. He needs those warp-ins. Without them, the base goes down. Like Astrea, he has the money, he has the economy, but he doesn't have the production. The gateways are just not finishing. Very late gateways here. They're just not finishing up. We need those charge lots. Ay, ay, ay. There they are. We're bringing a wave of zealots. Oof. Does take man shot to the face. We need more charge lots, Pappy. That was only 8. Again, we have 12. 12 gateways, I mean. So again, this has been a very messy hold here for Astrea. But he's holding. He is holding on. We're bringing reinforcements. Throwing down cannons, throwing down shield barriers, securing his bases. And cure this aggression just barely has not worked out for him. It's been close though. And he does catch a High Templar. Templar goes down. Zealot run back across the map. Storm will buy some time. Back at home, what do we have to defend? We have 1 Widow Mine. And Cure he thinks about turning back around. He has some reinforcements. The CC! The CC! That's a kill! That's a kill on the command center, not bad. Takes down the base, getting into the middle line. Cure, he's being torn apart. His reinforcements getting caught out. There were just so many zealots here. The power of the zealot. There we go. 12 SCVs go down. There's a planetary, so there's less they can achieve here at the 4th. Astrea moving in. Again, runs into the planetary. Zealots are being cleaned up. Astrea does dive in. Once again, trying to catch reinforcements. Astrea is here overextending. Here comes the concave. Yes, Astrea, he does overextend. The Immortals are trapped. He should not be here, and he will lose everything. Storm's now coming in. High Templar also exposed. Yeah, messy engagement here from Astrea. And he will lose all the Immortals. That's every Immortal falling. Astrea, he still might have enough, though. Like, this has been a very messy fight for Astrea, but he's still breaking through. Yeah, he's still breaking through. Zealots, they overwhelm. Storm on the Medivacs. And Astrea's done it. Astrea, he has done it. Whew. Again, it was a very chaotic game. Very chaotic. But Astrea, he still brings it all together. Takes down 21. I was going to say 29. 31 SCV kills. And Astrea, he's on 94 probes. He's on 94 workers. He's crazy. Get some more gateways back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Astrea, again, having a hard time sending his money. There we go. Does warp in 11 stalkers at a time. And Cure, he's run out of steam, he's run out of economy. The planetary has been safe, that is true, but what about the 3rd? What about the natural? Everything was on fire. And Astrea, he's running away with it. He's running away with it. Just waiting for extra storms, waiting for extra warp-ins. Or maybe some issues with the SimCity. It's all good. We're pushing towards the center base. Planetary is not yet done. Here come the storms. Storms, they connect. Storms coming from behind. Oh my god, the surround. Warping in the face of Cure. Astrea, calm down, Pappy. Oh my god. Warping in the army. Did of course fail. Astrea. Oh my god. We're getting too excited, Pappy. Getting too excited. Jesus. Astrea, he is ahead. He is winning this game, but you know, just take a breath. You're an animal, Pappy. You're an animal. As he will overwhelm. Again, Astrea, he wants Cure out, Pappy. Diving on the Medivacs. Does target them all down. GG gets called, and with that, Astrea, he will take game number 1. Ooh, GG. Astrea does take a lead in the series here. Again, a very intense game, very clutch as well. There were some key fights and key moments where Astrea was able to shut Cure down. In regards to Cure's first move out, I'm referring to the first 3-tank push, if you recall, which did fall in its face, and the second push as well towards the 4th base. Like, Astrea had some very strong fights, some very strong engagements. With that, he was able to claim his bases, defend his 4 and 5 base setup, and overwhelm. GG. GG, well played. The turning point as well, like, it was still a back and forth, but the big turning point was when Astrea went for the Zealot run by. It was really risky. Basically, Astrea, he defended with the bare minimum. He kept High Templar back at home, and he was using Storms to zone while he sent every single Zealot to the 3rd base. And that's when he killed the CC. That's when he got into the mineral line. He caught reinforcements, and he killed everything. Like, that was the moment where Astrea took a lead and never quite let go of it. Never quite let go. And with that, we're now getting into game number 2. And we'll see if Cure can fight back. Let's go. Now, again, I would say that Astrea's strongest matchup is TvP. For those that I didn't even get to talk about it just because we were discussing PvP at the start of the series. But Astrea, his TvP is his strongest. In recent times, we have seen Astrea take down Cure. We've seen him take down Bjorn. We've seen Astrea take down some of the best Terran players in the world. Even I want to say he even made a series against Clem, right? Am I crazy? I think it was Astrea versus Clem at DreamHack Dallas. I remember we casted that series. Yeah, Astrea, he took games over Clem as well, which was crazy. But I would 100% say that this is the strongest matchup, more so than PvP. This is Astrea at his best, and we'll see if he can take the series and even take the tournaments. We'll see if he can. Spawning in the right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid, looking to recover, looking to bounce back, looking to make a series out of this. It is a Cure. As we're moving out with not just 1, 2 SCVs. we're going for the proxy. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the American Protoss player. We have the red Protoss. Leading the series 1-0. It is Astrea. We go. Here we go. As we have our proxy 2-gate here from Cure. Again, I'll always remember Cure cheesing Hero out of I Am Katowice 2024. That's just perpetually burned into my skull. Like, with Cure going for the proxy 2x Marauder and Hero panicking in the defense. I think that was in the quarterfinals, if I remember correctly. Quarterfinals of I Am. Never forget. Speaking of 2 racks Proxy Marauder, that's what it is. Proxy Marauder. Again, Curie does like to mix this into series. And we'll see if Hero can recognize what's going on. Now, he does scout across the map, he does confirm.
Very important for construction of new units and buildings.
Shout out to Whitera. As Astrea, he's one of the few that does use the Whitera announcer. But behind this, he is aware that the Rax is missing. Now, for all he knows, the Rax could be further back in the main. It could be at the natural, could be at the 3rd location, could be at the 4th location. It is not uncommon for a Terran player to hide their proxy on their own side of the map. We know that it's real. It's going to be up to Astrea, and he does get a shield battery. There we go, shield battery in the high ground. Astrea, he does delay his expansion. Very safe play by Astrea, very safe. And the Marauder has yet to reveal itself. Ideally, against this, you either want to respond with a Robo or a second Gateway. The Sentry will help, especially if we're on one base. True. Sentry will help. And Akira's transitioning. He's transitioning out of this. He recognizes that he cannot break the main, so he is working on that next step. So the game will continue here, and we'll see how long it takes for Astrea to expand. That's kind of the next big step. How long until Astrea can reclaim control of his natural? So here we go. We do have that tech lab back at home. Raxes are floating back as well. And again, like Astrea, he has to break out soon. It's still not going to be easy though. Force field's going to be key when it comes to trying to zone back some of the army and limit the amount of DPS. Marines are still rallying. Pokes out, he scouts, he sees the Marauders. Cure is getting his own expansion. Probe Scout does confirm that Cure is transitioning out of this. CC is on the way. Again, Astrea, he's on a timer. He's got to break out. Here we go, does hallucinate. He'll dive in. Nicely done. Hallucinations, they do tank some shots. Oh, but he will lose one Stalker. Yeah, one Stalker goes down. Nice force field. And, oh no! Astrea here. Rexen's losing another Stalker. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, brutal losses here for Astrea, losing 2 Stalkers. He will clean this up. But that was 2 Stalkers, that was 2 Zealots. Oh, 1 Zealot, I should say. And a big delay in the expansion. So that wasn't a bad trade here for Cure. The question becomes, is he ready back at home? Yeah, he is. He's got his tank, he's got a Cyclone. Astrea to catch up, he's double expanding. This is quite necessary because this base is so late for Astrea. Bam, just double expand. Double expand, get your natural, get your third at the same time. Like Astrea, he has some catching up to do. The add-on, I believe, does scout. Ooh, so Cure, he sees a double expansion. He knows how greedy his opponent's being. And we'll see if Cure tries to do anything about it. Interesting. We shall see. See someone saying PiGosaur Cup is going to be in like 2 weeks. Rainer said he wanted to skip it. I don't know about Clem. I think Clem, I know that he was going to wait until Stars Agora before going back to Korea. He might wait for PiGosaur Cup before going back to Korea. It is brutal that there are just so many tournaments back to back. And like if you want to train in Korea before EWC, like you have limited time. So it is going to be a tough decision to make if you want to go to PiGosaur Cup or not. Basically, it's do you want to compete in PiGosaur Cup, or do you want to go to Korea and get as much practice as you can leading into EWC? It comes down to player preference, right? Especially because like PiGosaur Cup is still a tournament, but it's also like a big social gathering. Like it's a good way to unwind and to meet up with everyone, to meet up offline and to hang out and you know to enjoy StarCraft. It's like a different setting, a different vibe. I'm sure that's also like a healthy thing to do as well. Like before an intense tournament. So we'll see. We shall see. As Cure, he breaks out. Remember, he scouted the fast third, so he's here to punish. He's here to punish. Charge is not done. Yeah, charge. Nice force fields though. Nice force fields. Catching out the Cyclone. Picking up a couple of Marines, but the tanks are still secure. 3 shield wipers are done. And Astrea, can he make the stand? Can he save the third? Can he get away with it? So far, Cure, he thinks he can. And Cure backs off. Cure, he doesn't like his chances. I mean, hey, if you remember, Cure, last time, he lost his army in game 1. And it was not worth it. Now he rotates. We'll lose a Banshee. Yeah, 1, 2 Banshees going down. Ooh, Astrea has to back off. He has to back off. But charge is complete. Tanks do siege. Astrea, he doesn't notice. Oh my god. He does pull away. Again, that's 4. This is a very heavy tank composition. 4 tanks. But Cure, he pulls away. Now, if Astrea could catch his army, that would be insane. But what is terrifying here is that Cure, sure, he fails to break the third. This is good for Astrea, but Cure doesn't lose any tanks. And that means that when eventually he moves out with a later timing, with +1, with combat shields, with stim, when he pushes out on 3 bases, like, he's gonna have an insane tank count. Like, it's gonna be a terrifying force. But Astrea, he's going for it. Yeah, he can't. Yeah, no shot. Pushing into 5 siege tanks, no shot. I mean, no shot. That was a brutal loss for Astrea. Bleeding out a lot of units. Astrea getting too excited. Storm is now on the way. Also, PiGosaur Cup is good practice and good exchange of game knowledge. Yeah, for sure. Like, there's value in it, right? Like, there's value. It depends on like what each player values more, right? Like, by no means would it be like a waste of time. So we'll see. We shall see. As we just pull the, we just pull the boys. We're going for the 2 base all in. The boys are being pulled. It's all or nothing for Cure. Again, he's got how many tanks? 6 tanks. That's crazy. Zelda will catch reinforcements. Astrea, he does confirm the all in. So far, I mean, nice engage here. Catching out some marauders, catching out some marines. And we're coming in with the surround. Ooh, Storm is done. Yeah, Storm on the tanks. Zelts are a little bit late to engage. And the High Templar is going to be targeted. Massive pickoff. Do we have any Storms left over? Yeah, we do. 1 Storm. There's 1 Storm left. And Astrea, he will completely swallow up the army. 25 SCV kills. The tanks as well. The surround was late, but it was there regardless. It was there. And Cure, he has almost nothing left. He's down to what? He's down to 26 SCVs. He had 6 tanks. Now he's down to 1. And again, that was insane surround. And Curie's hurting. Curie, I mean, there's no rush, right? At this point, Astrea just has to back off. Yeah, GG gets called. I was going to say that as long as Astrea doesn't all in into his opponent, he should be fine. And Astrea takes a 2-0 lead. Whew. GG. A solid lead here from Astrea. Very nicely done. Again, he was able to catch reinforcements. He was able to, more importantly, confirm the all-in. He was able to confirm the all-in. He was able to get a full surround as well with those charge lots. And with that, GG, Astrea does take a lead. And we'll see if Cure can recover. We'll see if he can make a series out of this. Oh boy, again, Astrea is favored coming into, I should say, Astrea has more recently been having more dominant performances against players like Cure, like Bjorn, and again, had a really strong showing against Clem at DreamHack. As I mentioned before, this is Astrea's strongest matchup. This is where Astrea thrives in the most. And we'll see if he can go for the perfect score. We'll see if he can go for the 3-0. That'd be crazy. Let's go. Here we go. As we're getting into game number 3, it's going to be on Ultra Love. Oh boy. Ultra Love is one of the smaller maps, so if Cure were to go for a 2-base all-in, it would hit faster. Winding it back, it also hurts that Cure went for a 2-base all-in on Tokamak. Tokamak is one of the larger maps, longer rush distance by ground. There's a higher chance for the opposing player to catch the all-in, to slow it down, and to shut it down as well. Here on some of these smaller maps like Pylon and like Ultra Love, there's less time to catch the army. There's less time to react, so there's a higher chance of that succeeding here. We'll see if Cure goes for it. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran representing Team Liquid. Down heavily in the series. We'll see if he can recover. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can make a series out of this. Hello. It is Cure. As he moves out with not just 1, once again with 2 SCVs, Proxy, 2 racks, and spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent getting proxied, the American Protoss, the Red Protoss, representing himself, currently teamless, but deserving to be on the team. It is Astrea. So once again, 2 games in a row, Proxy 2 racks here from Cure. I should emphasize that as well, is that last game Cure did fail when it comes to getting damage done early on with his initial proxy. Astrea did read it well, he was very safe against it, and if you remember, Astrea, he did fall behind because his base was so late, but how did Astrea recover last game? He double expanded. Winding it back, remember, he double expanded, got his natural and his third at the same time, and remember, Cure tried to punish, but he wasn't able to. Like, Astrea, he had like 3 shield batteries set up, he was able to engage with charge, of course. Like, that was like the deciding moment, was Cure not being able to punish the greed of Astrea in that last game. But here we go. So again, proxy 2 racks. Single gas back at home. We are expecting add-ons. Yep, tech labs are on the way. So proxy 2 racks Marauder, it is the same build. Same build 2 games in a row. Now Astrea, ooh. Late scout. Late probe scout. Remember, last game Astrea didn't even get a Nexus because he was already across the map. Like, Astrea, he's playing blind. No, he's playing blind, papi. Ay. So Astrea, he's being greedy. Gate, Cyber, expand, and with that, this is going to be more ideal for Cure. Remember, last game, Astrea scattered early, so Astrea never expanded. Astrea, he just set up on the high ground with a shield battery, and he defended beautifully, or he defended without losing anything, I should say. This time, he's more exposed. So this time, there's a higher chance for Cure to overwhelm. So again, 0 scout. 0 scouting out of Astrea. Again, I don't blame him. In Astrea's mind, he's like, there's no chance that this guy like cheeses me 2 games in a row with Proxy Marauder. Like, there's no chance. Well, there is one. there's a big chance, papi. It's Cure. He likes his Proxy Marauder. Yeah, 9 news. Yeah, massive catch. Adept is going to be focused down. Does barely get away. Done. Never mind. The Adept does fall, and there's nothing. There's just nothing here. There's a Stalker on the way. Shield Battery gets thrown down in the main. Cure, speaking of, will rush into the main base as well. Boys are being pulled. And can Astrea get this around? Can he lock down these Marauders? Cure plays it safe. And pulls away. Rough position here for Astrea. Does have a force field. Not bad. Does force field, does catch out the army, but GG gets called. Cure, he makes his way up the ramp, and Cure will put a point on the board. Whew. GG. Cure, he does fight back. Again, Astrea, believing that Cure wouldn't cheese him 2 games in a row, was wrong to believe that. Was as Cure goes to the proxy 2 racks, Marauder, and of course Astrea this time was being greedy. This time, 0 scouting. 0 scouting, doesn't go across the map. He went for a standard opener himself. He gets caught with his pants down. GG. GG, well played, and we have a series. We have a back and forth. Let's go. Let us go. As we're getting into our next game, we're going to be loading into Maganatha. Here we go. Now, I would imagine that, now Maganatha, a couple things, is a large map. Maganatha is a very large map, is the largest map. The map pool, longest rush distance by ground, so all-ins and aggression are not really favored here. The map is working against you. They can still work, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Because of that, there is a chance that Astrea might skip the probe scout again, but after what just happened, he should be scouting. Like, he should just probe scout. Like, you know what? I wouldn't be opposed to Cure going for a fake proxy and throwing down a proxy racks at his third. Like, just a mind game. Like, there's now, because of how the series has played out, there is a lot of potential for mind games. And here we go, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid, making a series out of this. And looking to tie the series up and force the ace match, it is Cure. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the American Protoss player, we have the red Protoss, leading the series 2-1, 1 game away from claiming the series. We'll see if he can. It is Astrea. Here we go. Yeah, we're scouting. After what just happened, Astrea, he's zooming across the map. He will scout this time. Speaking of scouting, Cure, he's coming in with what looks to be an eBay block. So Cure, he will bypass the scout, he will slip past into the natural and throw down the eBay to delay the expansion. Meanwhile, back at home, standard opener. Standard opener here. And will Astrea check the natural? Because here comes the eBay, and if we check the natural too late, Astrea will be forced to expand at a more exposed location, and then Cure can punish. So really cheeky starts, probe moves down, but I think it's too late. Yeah, I mean, there's too much regression. Yeah, too much progression. Late of a scout here for Astrea. He confirms that there's no cheese, but he doesn't check the natural, and he's forced to expand at the 3rd location. Oof. So unnatural, natural for Astrea. With this cure, he can go factory into reactor, into add-on swap, into reactor to Hellion, and then with 4 to 6 Hellions, what can you do? You can threaten both bases. You can like poke and prod and rotate between them and try to pull apart Astrea early on. So we'll see if he does go for the reactor. Otherwise, he can just play standard. Like, he doesn't have to go reactor. Ooh. That's not a reactor. That's a tech lab. Okay. Yeah, my attention. Tech lab gets thrown down. The probe scout is denied, so Astrea doesn't see what's going on. Now, with this, we can just go for an add-on swap into Cyclones, into a Cyclone drop, into a Starport. We'll see where we take this. As there's the swap. The swap is occurring. We can see Astrea, he's scouting for a proxy starport, which makes sense. Going for a Stargate opener himself. Now, there's a lot going on here. First things first, Stargate openers are very common if you are forced to take the unnatural natural. The reason for this is because, as you can imagine, it can be really difficult to defend and rotate between the natural and your main just because you're so spread out and so spread thin. So because of that, the Stargate is a good response because oracles don't care about terrain, right? Your oracle can go back and forth by air instead. Of course, they have the shortest rush distance between the bases, so they can just poke back and forth and defend both locations in a bit of an easier manner. So this is a common reaction and common response. Yep, going oracle. Meanwhile, Cure going for the early tech lab means early cyclone, and he can try to catch out the oracle. He's moving out with the cyclone. We'll see what he can get done. Likewise, as I was talking about the Hellion aggression, that's why Astrea is searching for a proxy starport, because you can go reactor to Hellion, proxy starport into a Hellion drop into the main. So Astrea, he was searching for that proxy, the one that doesn't exist, just to be secure. Cyclone pulls away, and behind this, getting into our 1-1-1. Meanwhile, behind this, going for the delayed Twilight Council. This might just be Twilight Council into charge. We might just skip Blink. Station trap into the middle. Yeah, like Astrea is just being very safe. He's being very safe. As he is terrified of Cure. I mean, after last game, I don't blame him. Ooh, meanwhile. So we are going for the Cyclone drop, but we are also waiting for the first tank. Are we going for a tank drop across the map? No shot. We're waiting for it. Well, let's go. Tank is out. Army has amassed. Never mind, okay. So it looks like this medevac setup here is more designed to try to keep up with the Oracle and try to boost in between the bases and defend. So we're both building up into a longer game. No early push, no early aggression. We're calming things down. You can see just a field of stasis traps are set up here for Astrea. He's just being hyper defensive. And Kira isn't pushing. So just calming down, we're building up. And again, welcome to Maganatha, right? Maganatha is the largest map in the map pool, so we often see longer games on this map, and we could embrace a back and forth mid game here. Templar Archives on the way, working towards Storm. Kira behind this, just building up his own bio army. Traps are on the way. Astrea finally does move out. He didn't rush into charge. He went into blink first, so charge is going to be a little bit more delayed. With these blink stalkers, he can look to contain his opponents, which was already happening. Like Kira was already playing safe and hunkering down. Oh, baits out the Widow Mine. Not bad. He's going for the dive. Oh, calm down, Astrea. Oh my god. Jesus. Doesn't lose any stalkers, but does take some massive shots to the face. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. as Cure does on Siege. Looking to catch out the Stalker, and he will. Actual goes off. Nice damage on the Stalker. He's leapfrogging forward, breaking out. Behind this, he's getting up to a 5-rack setup. Ooh, 2 hidden racks is here behind the natural. Cure, he might just 2-base all in. No third CC. No third CC. If he skips add-ons here, he can just pull the boys. Ghost, and then might. Ghost Academy. Ghost Academy. He's taking up into Ghost, which means he should be looking to expand and get a third. Okay, we're calming down. We're taking up. He's still pushing, don't get me wrong, but he's not committing. He is getting add-ons. Tech Labs are on the way. Ghost Academy as well. Now, the reason why we're getting Ghost on 2 bases, this is an adaptation that we've seen from players like Cure, and Beyond hasn't done it. He hasn't started doing this yet, but we have seen this from players like Cure, players like Clem as well. It's just a really safe way, and the reason why this is happening is because of the Storm meta, right? Because of the prevalence of Storm and High Templar, Ghost and the EMP are that much more important. So this is a recent kind of change that we've been seeing. Because of the prevalence of Storm. So earlier Ghost, earlier Tech, later third base. Secure is keeping up. Sapphire is just trying to catch out the army. Looking for a way in. Oh! Ghost getting caught out. One Ghost does go down. Oh, Zoning Storm doesn't quite connect. Oh, another Storm does. Oh my god, a brutal. Oh god, no, he takes the Storms to the face. The Storms are brutal, and with that, Cure is going to be completely shut down. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, the Ghosts, they did not connect with the EMPs. Took the Storms to the face. And Cure, he has to get the hell out of here. He has to race on back home. Oh, much better EMP towards the end. But that's after the fight. That's after the losses. We needed that sooner. As the High Templar are stacked. Cure still pushing in, but again, he bled out so much supply. He's got 2 EMPs. He's got 2 EMPs left over. One of them does connect. And so will the other. Yeah, nice, better EMPs here from a Cure. But there's still a Storm left over. And again, he just lost so much earlier. He lost so much, he lost too much. And Astrea, he's done it. Astrea, he will overwhelm. And he might not get the 3-0, but he's here to claim the win regardless. As he will overwhelm. GG gets called. And Astrea, he will take the series 3-1, becoming this week's PiGosaur Cup champion. GG. GG, well played. A very impressive play there by Astrea. He does claim the win. Again, Cure, he was building up towards his Ghost, but unfortunately the Ghosts were a little bit late. If you remember, with that first storm, like that was an insane storm that landed. The Ghosts were a little bit too far back. Again, he wasn't quite in position to protect his army, to go for the EMPs after he had lost all those Marines after the first fight. Then we saw some very, very good EMPs out of Cure. He was able to deny and shut down a lot of storms, but that was only after he had lost the first fight and after he had lost so much momentum. He had bled out almost every Marine in that first engagement to the point where he had lost momentum, he lost control, and that was game. That was game then and there. GG, well played. Whew. With that, Astrea does claim the series, does claim the win, and Astrea is our champion. Congratulations. Congratulations here to Astrea. Does claim it. Balance, I mean, yes. I mean, again, Astrea, he's been doing really well in TvP as of late, has been excelling. Cure has been still trying to find himself in TvP. If you are familiar with Cure, you would know that he has been adjusting his own TvP quite a lot over the past 2 months. If you're watching Cure at GSL, you would know that he spent all of GSL and DreamHack Dallas going for non-stop 2-base all-ins, just pure 2-base all-ins, and he made it to the finals of GSL. Like he made it to the finals, and he was almost our champion. Like he went all the way to the ace match against Hero off of purely 2-base all-ins. And again, like Cure, he kind of like found himself there. The problem though with that is that since then, in the weeks after that, in the week after DreamHack Dallas coming into EWC, Protoss players have been safer. because the meta like shifted so hard into like a lot of two-base all-ins and TvP, then Protosses they started playing safer instead. No longer, for example, do we ever see 2-gate blink. Like 2-gate blink in the current meta, because of the prevalence of those all-ins, is no longer a thing. That would have been something that you could punish, but now that doesn't exist. Now Protoss players have been playing safer, more defensive early on, and as we've seen, going for earlier charge, earlier storm as well. So again, the meta has been currently in flux over the past like 2 months, as we've been going from like all-in, some more defensive play, to now exploring other styles. I did just mention that recently we have seen players go for earlier ghost production as a result. We saw that here, but you know, early ghosts can be great and all, but if you're not landing those EMPs, if you're not denying the storms, doesn't matter, man. Does not matter. But GG well played. But yeah, again, it's been really interesting to pay attention to over the past, ever since GSL, which would have been a month ago, maybe over a month ago. But TvP has been changing quite drastically over the past like 2 months. Has been adjusting and has yet to really settle. But yeah, GG well played with that. Congratulations to Astrea as it does claim the series. And my condolences to Cure. He did really well for himself making it this far. Remember, he beat Björn. Winding it back, he did defeat Björn to make it this far. And again, Astrea, he 3-0'd Max Packs. Like, mate, he had a crazy series against Max Packs where he 3-0'd the best Protoss in Europe. So again, Astrea is very much so in form. He took down Scarlet, took down Max Packs, took down Cure as well. So for those that maybe didn't watch the previous matches, again, Astrea looking very strong in his other matchups as well. I would say that Astrea's weakest matchup currently is PvZ. That's where I see kind of the most kind of like room for improvement for Astrea. But his PvP and PvT are very solid. Very solid. GG, well played. And with that, congratulations to our players. And with that, we are going to be wrapping up for this morning. Whew, oh my god, again, a very intense broadcast, very intense tournament here, and we're going to be back later on tomorrow with some more StarCraft. Here we go, as we switch our scenes over and catch up with our schedule. As you can see here, we do have this afternoon off. Typically, we have 2 afternoons off a week, so typically it's Wednesday evening and Friday evening, but this week we were contacted, and apparently Steadfast is unavailable on Friday, so we're going to be stepping in for Steadfast, and we are going to be casting the OC King of the Hill. So that means we only have half a day off this week. half a day off. Let's go. Bye. Let's go. Otherwise, we're casting every single day. And as you can see, twice a day, every day. Except for today. Today, we have half a day off. This evening, we're not going to be casting. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be live with the LATAM League. That's going to be the semifinals of the Latino American League. So do look into that for some LATAM StarCraft. It's going to be amazing. Going to be beautiful. We have the podcast tomorrow evening. That is our weekly podcast or talk show where we go over all the news in StarCraft of the week. So there's a lot to get into in regards to that. Of course, we do host it every single week. So tomorrow we have the podcast. We have Thermal 2v2 Circuit Friday morning. That's going to be the May Circuit. We're catching up on replays, catching up on events of the past month. We have OC King of the Hill on Friday, KSL, SDO, Cheeseadelphia over the weekend, and Sparkling Tuna Cup. So plenty of content on the horizon, plenty of content to come. GG, well played. And with that, again, we have a full week of StarCraft. If you see something that you like here and if you can't watch it live but you want to watch the VODs, YouTube, YouTube is the play, or YouTube or socials are the place to be for that VOD content. We upload on YouTube on a daily basis, every single day. We got plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft, so do check us out on YouTube. Otherwise, you can support us on Patreon, Patreon in the chat. Our Patreon is designed to fund our tournament, so if you want to help support StarCraft, the players, the scene, you can do so via Patreon, as 100% of the money on Patreon goes towards the players, goes towards the prize pool. With that, GG well played. With that, I'm gonna go calm down. I'm gonna go get some food. I'm gonna go edit some VODs. I have still so many VODs to edit. I'm like a week behind for editing VODs, so I have to get on that. And I should be streaming later on tonight as well. Usually right now I'd do like a cheeky ladder session, but as I just mentioned, like I do have like a backlog of work to get to, so I do need to get on that as quickly as possible. So we'll be taking a bit of a break here. We'll be going through all the VODs. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more LATAM League. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Solve the prediction. I think I did, right? Did I not? They're paid out, baby. They're paid out. Ah. But with that, GG well played. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who's live at the moment? Who is live? Who can we raid? Who can we send everyone over to? Let us have a look. See, El Chanchito is still live. See, Holy's Practice X. Senor Dave. Who else? So it's quite a lot of people live, actually. Jesus. My God. But yes, we'll give someone a raid. So give them some love, give them some support. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, or whenever we see you, hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great rest of week, and look forward to more StarCraft to come. Whether it's Cheeseadelphia over the weekend, whether it's Home Story Cup at the end of the month, whether it's the EWC Global Qualifiers. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Ciao. See you next time.